And we're live. It's just me and Johnny tonight. Becca will be in the chat probably. She's not feeling well. Feel better, Miss Becca. Johnny and I were just talking about all the petty things to read on. So I have to talk about what we were just talking about. Lori and I went live on Valentine's Day, Lori from The Way of Positive Change, and we read on Meghan and Harry, and just kind of a general read, nothing specific, just how are they getting along, how are they doing? Because people keep asking me to read on them, and I was like, ignoring it, and I thought, okay, Valentine's Day, we'll look at them. And then in the comments, I get all these people like, leave them alone and and you shouldn't be reading on them. I'm like, you can't please everybody. So you don't want to hear about Meghan and Harry, skip that part. Mm-hmm. You don't have to watch it.
And any of it, it's just watch what makes you happy. And then what doesn't, turn it off. Don't torture yourself. It's not necessary.
I said to Johnny, I said, I'm just petty enough as an Aries that I would read on them every Sunday night just to piss somebody off. Our channel, we can do what we want.
And mind you, I will say this too. Small rant. If you have a question about anything, I encourage you to learn to read tarot cards. And you can just pull cards all the time, all day long, whenever you feel like it. You can start your own YouTube channel. Don't start it because you're trying to get subscribers and a whole bunch of all of that, because that might not happen. So you should have fun with it. But learning tarot is not hard. It's just a lot because there's 78 cards and they work together and all these type of things. But start somewhere. Get you a book, take you a class, whatever you need to do. But start. And I encourage you to at least try. If you don't like it, put it down, whatever. But at least try.
I tell you, a great thing to practice on is politics, because it changes so quickly and things happen so quickly. So you get validation back pretty quickly if you're accurate.
And I say to the people in class, like, go down the Google headlines and do a reading on everything. Do a reading. Like I always say, Burger King has a new burger coming out. Do a reading on it. That way your cards can tell you what the food cards are and all these type of things. Like, try it out. You never know.
Thank you, Running Sloth. My dentist thanks you. All super chats go to my dentist now. I got my stitches out. My mouth is much more comfortable. So he couldn't do the dissolving kind of stitches because it was too big a suture. So the hard stitches that he had to use were poking into my gums and giving me little blisters. So my mouth is much more comfortable now, which means I can run it more. I'm feeling really petty tonight, right here.
I mean, that's another thing too. People don't like when spiritual people are petty, but I always say this too. We're laughing, we're having fun. Thank you, Desiree. But that's what we're supposed to do. Life is serious enough. You don't have to be serious all the time. Number one. Number two, how spiritual are you? If you're sitting here looking at us gossiping. Number three, Donald Trump did not give any of you readers out there permission to look into his life. And yet you on YouTube doing it anyway. So if you're going to stand on your high horse, please understand that if you're looking down your nose at me, you can only do that if you are in the vicinity of me.
And just for the cat haters, it's time. Because I know 99% of y'all love seeing the kitties on camera.
Lighten up. That's all I'm saying. Have fun with it. That's all I'm saying. Just lighten up. Lighten up just a little bit. You're not all that heavenly bound. You just like me. That's all. I just say it out loud. You don't say it out loud.
Well, Lucy.
Donald Trump didn't say, hey, do a reading on my finances and then tell your YouTube audience, but you did it anyway. So just lighten up.
Jared didn't say, am I a cross dresser?
Just lighten up, have fun. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I do want to say, I sent out the emails to everybody who wanted a spot for the class. And so you have until it starts next week on Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. Also, what was I going to say?
Next Friday, like this coming Friday?
Next Friday, March the 3rd, Friday. And so you have up until then at 4:59 p.m. to pay for the class. And if you don't, well, never mind. But but you have up until then to pay for the class. Oh yeah, if you don't want to sign up, then you don't have to email me back or anything. Just ignore it, delete it. There is one of you though that has paid, and the PayPal says WOW, but it has no email and no name that's attached to an email that I have. So I don't know who you are, and so I couldn't mark it down. So if you could get in touch with me and let me know that that was yours, then fantastic. But next week, March the 3rd, 5 p.m. You don't have to have the rider weight, but we are going to learn from that. And like I said, I already sent out the emails and things. If you did not get an email from me, then just email me and then I'll tell you why or fill you in or whatever. So there you go.
Thank you, Carolyn. So to book a reading with Johnny, you can read him, email him at tarot'sapprentice@gmail.com, correct? Are you going to be doing readings while you're doing classes?
I'll do email readings for sure, because I do those all day long. But I don't know about booking a reading. But we'll see. But email readings, you can do it anytime. So.
And for readings with me, go to my website, jenlintarot.com. It's in the description box down below this video. Or if you want to purchase a gift card, do not schedule readings if you're looking for a miracle out of the cards. You have to do something. Cards give you clarity. They give you show you opportunities when they're coming up. But if you're like, say you're looking for a new job, if you're not looking, I can see when you've got an opportunity for one, but I can't make you go, on the computer and look for a job. So you have free will. You have to do your part. So don't schedule a reading if you're looking for a miracle out of the cards. You have to do things too.
They're insight, not instructions. It's not telling you what to do, just telling you what you can do. That's all.
And as I always say, I never tell you what to do because I don't want to take on somebody else's karma nor put my karma on you. So it's always up to you what you do with the information. I've been getting some lovely people to read for, a lot of really spiritual people in the past week, picking up on quite a few that are mediums and stuff. And that's always fun when I pick up on stuff like that with you. Open up your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've gibby gab for 8 minutes. Let's go petty. Elizabeth Theranos got sentenced to 11 years, 3 months for fraud of $9 billion that she did. She's in a house, an estate that she's spending $13,000 a month on while she's trying to appeal it. She has till April 27th, I think it is, to report to prison. It's like, okay, anybody else, as soon as you were convicted, even before you were sentenced, you would have been dragged out in handcuffs and put in your little orange jumpsuit and done the coffin squat. And there she is in a $13,000 a month estate. And supposedly she tried to flee the country. She bought a one-way ticket to Mexico. She has a court case March 17th with the judge to try to delay her starting prison. So how's that going to go for her? That it's come out she tried to flee the country. Like, as soon as she tried to flee the country, why weren't they locking her up? I'm telling you, blonde white women, get away with everything.
How's this gonna go?
March 17th. She's going to be able to delay her prison. She wants to stay out of prison while she's working on her plea. What do you call it? Appeal.
I mean, don't do crimes, and you wouldn't go to jail at all. So.
$9 billion.
You lucky somebody wasn't looking for you.
An insult. You couldn't go rent an apartment for $1,700 a month. No, $13,000 a month she's paying for an estate to stay in. Let me tell you, cell block D is going to not resonate with her real well.
Well,
no door to close when you go to the bathroom.
Let me get my petty lips on first.
$13,000 a month. A month. It's like, oh my God. That would almost pay my annual mortgage payments. Pretty damn close.
Bring out the Bosch too. How's this gonna go? Death and the Eight of Wands, ends of conversations. There's nothing to talk about. King of Swords and the Four of Cups. Someone is handing you a dose of reality that you may not appreciate, but you can see it as a blessing. The Four of Cups has that sort of underneath meaning type of thing. The base meaning is boredom, but that underneath is like there's a blessing coming out of the clouds. Even, yes, going to jail, because maybe now this is your time to do some reflection. You've spent time defrauding people. Now is the time to sort of try to get yourself back, because God believes that no one is irredeemable. We as people judge each other because that's what we do. But God will never give up on you, as the Hierophant is here, and the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. There's someone also in the government that is handing you a very large fine or something to which you have to pay over the course of some years, mind you, but it ends in the Three of Swords. So this ends painfully.
Something else is going to come from this. This is going to grow. Justice and nostalgia. Oh, I don't want to go away, but everything's changing. Death card. Wheel of Fortune. Time is up. Everything's changing. This is done. He's not going to let you stay out of prison till your plea deal is done. What'd I say? Blonde women, white women. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. But she's anxious because there's she's shifted some money around. And I think that's going to come out. And then I get all these other people that she may have been working with that somebody may be talking. So there's something else that's going to come up in this case. I think there's some other people that may not that may be involved more than they want to be.
Oh. She's dragging some others down.
The devil will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the debt ceiling. They're saying like if they don't pass something by July that it can wreak havoc on our economy and stuff. Will they get the debt ceiling resolved? I'm going to ask within a couple of months. Because those dang Republicans won't say what they want. They don't like to say the nasty stuff out loud. That's for behind the doors meetings.
They want everything.
Hey, Pat, I was binge watching your channel over the weekend. In through a colored lens storyteller. Debt ceiling.
Chariot and the Page of Pentacles would would say yes to me, but there's something put forward, and Biden is the problem in this in particular one, because here's the devil as well. And so there's something that I guess they want, they need, they desire, that he is going to be sort of a blockade, or maybe just his administration, not him, actually. Just could be the Democrats as a whole, but he is a problem in something here. It eventually, here with the logistics, with the King of Swords, it eventually does reach an agreement, but drag it on for as long as you want is that type of thing. With that Four of Cups, it's just... Because mind you, they don't suffer. If they were living paycheck to paycheck, they'd get the debt ceiling raised yesterday. So,
yeah, if they had a lot of credit card debt, like the average American that pays a huge interest rate and are worried about if they don't approve the debt ceiling, the interest rate's going to go up. Yeah, they don't have that. Yeah, they're winning at all costs. There they are. I get they're trying to hang on to their power, and they're going to put something forward that is image only. Like, oh, look, we did this proposal. They want money for something. They're going to lose on this because it's going to get blocked. It's not going to get approved. Republicans will think they're on higher ground, but and McCarthy here, he's showing up. But there's going to be a big falling out on this. It will get approved eventually, but it's going to take longer than 2 months. It will get raised. Ay. Speaking of Kevin McCarthy, he admitted on camera to a reporter to talking to George Santos, Lady Voldemort, whatever her name is. What is it? The adult. Oh, I can't even think of his name now. One of his names. I'll call him Voldemort. I like Voldemort. Harry Potter reference. Anyway, he admitted to talking to George Santos about stepping down from his committee assignments, which George tried to act like, of course, it was all his idea. But Kevin finally admitted that he had told him, you need to resign from the committees.
Didn't he put him on the committees?
He put him on the committees. Why didn't he tell him, I'm taking you off?
Why didn't you just not put him on?
Why did you tell him to resign? Why didn't you just tell him, you're off the committees? Like a coward.
You need him to step down. Okay.
You needed him to step down because you're getting all this heat over him, but you don't tell him, I'm taking you off the committees. Thank you, Patty. Kevin McCarthy. Why didn't you just take him off the committees yourself? You little coward. For entertainment purposes, only YouTube. How can you not get petty on people when you're reading on people like Kevin McCarthy? Come on. Apparently, MTG had his, what's in a vice that day, and he didn't have the guts to just take him off the committees.
I don't think he put him on the committees necessarily. This was more like someone else's directive, and then he just did it, because I get the Two of Cups here. So there's an agreement of some sort between two parties. But this is a larger thing for Santos. So this was an appointment. Here with the Fool and the Eight of Cups, there's some abandonment. He wasn't all that involved other than just assigning the position. I think he was more told what to do. That's what I get. He's a puppet.
I think he promised it to George to get his vote because he needed his vote because he was losing, as speaker. He needed his vote. So I think he promised him committees. We're going to hear more about this because I got the sun card on top. There's going to be more illumination. These guys can't shut their own mouths. They're going to tell on themselves. But I think he agreed to give him the jobs to get his vote. He's very anxious about him. Everybody's talking about him and passing judgment on George and everything. And he knows there's going to be a strong case against him once the investigations are done, too. He knows, he's committed crimes. Well, while we're talking about George Santos, let's talk about George Santos II. Tennessee Rep. Andy Ogles. Now, who was the lady we read on last week down in Florida?
She's got 3 names. I forget what they were, though.
Well, of course, they all have multiple names. Anyway, there's a lady in Florida that lied. Well, now Representative Andy Ogles from Tennessee lied on his resume. Said he was a CEO of a big international organization. No. Said he was in law enforcement. No. Why do they all want to be in law enforcement? What is it?
Makes him sound like Chuck Norris. Yes, Anna Luna Polina. That's the name. Or something like that.
Said he was an economist, which he's not. I took economics in high school. Does that make me an economist? No. Said he was an expert on international sex trafficking, not. And lied about his college major, which tells me he's probably lied about campaign finance and all kinds of other stuff. Is he gonna get any ethics committee investigations on him like George Santos? Or
how are you an expert in trafficking? Wouldn't you just
I paid for some, so
wouldn't you be an expert in something else, and that's like a subcategory? Or
I'm good friends with Matt Gaetz. I don't know.
I don't know why that stood out to me, but it did.
How can you not get petty with these people?
So any investigation.
My petty boots have grown about 10 sizes since we started doing political readings.
Okay. Any investigations?
Representative Andy Ogles from Tennessee. You got any consequences coming? There's something else coming out on him.
Yeah, and it's people that are sort of driving a lot of commotion around him. I don't know if somebody else is getting in trouble and he's involved, or what the case may be. But the 6 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles, I think he's escaping something, or trying to escape something, or something is following him. Because the 6 of Swords, tarot lesson time, this is moving from stormy seas to calmer waters, right? But the swords are in the boat. These are baggage, which means you go into the calmer seas, but you carry all of this with you too. And so it's also a warning to you that while you are transitioning into a smoother time, you do need to take stock on what you are holding on to, because then your probability for repeating the hard time is greater if you just leave all this other garbage behind. Not to mention they're poking in the boat, so you could sabotage your transition.
Not to mention that looks like he has a target on his back on that big old heart.
Speaking of back, there's someone standing behind you. I think there are people in your past, because I get the Lover's card, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups. There are 16 court cards in the tarot, and I got like 5 and 6 of them. So you have a lot of people around you that are bringing you a lot of commotion and a lot of trouble. And yes, there will be someone looking into what is all this commotion around you. I think it's from your past, and someone's bringing it back up too.
I get he's done some stealing or something crooked in the past here. He hopes that it's complete, that it's done, but something from the past legally is coming up again. It's going to be investigated, and you are going to regret. Steady money from someone quite influential, corruption, burdening it, maybe a little money laundering involved in it. He's going to be put in defense mode, and I get justice is coming for him. It's got to do with manipulation of a lot of money, and they're going to get him. Sucks to be you, Mr. Ogles. We'll see you in the readings in about 6 months. Let's see. Boebert in a church in Colorado prayed for our president to die. That's on a video. You can see it, YouTube. Prayed for him to die. Now, we had read on, has anybody been Googling and stuff, but is there anything else up with Boebert in targeting? Is she trying to signal someone like Proud Boys, Peanut Butter Boys, or somebody? I'm going to get demonetized tonight. Talk about sex trafficking. I just dropped the Peanut Butter Boys name, all the things they don't like. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
As long as you don't do it in the first 3 minutes, you'll be all right. That's the rule.
Is she signaling?
He should be petty like Trump was and put her on the Interpol list where she can't go anywhere. Like he did with Kathy Griffin.
She's definitely sending out a bullying message, trying to be all successful. I think she hopes somebody will complete the job. Your former boss, number 45, incited an insurrection. If you incite something here, you are going to regret it. There will be some conspiracy things brought up on you.
I get yes, but at the same time, in my mind, I'm thinking she's just blundering because that's what they all do. They get up and they just talk way too much and say stupid stuff. First 2 cards, those 8 of Wands in the Sun. So that's like confirmation and talking. So she's sending a signal that would say yes, and then it ends in the Biden card.
Thank you, Trillium.
I mean, she wants more for an impeachment with the Justice and the 7 of Cups. She wants him to be burdened by impeachment proceedings. That's more along what this says. Yeah. Yeah. They do have this sort of. I still think she's just running off at the mouth, but this says yes. But I'll leave it at that.
She sponsored a bill to deconstruct the Department of Education. That'll go nowhere. It won't make it through the Senate. Biden won't sign off on anything like that. I mean, she's just doing things to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How about fix a street and clean the water? That'll get you some attention. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Fox Noise feeding
Lord.
the big lie for ratings, which is now called malice, that they could be charged with. I have two questions on them. Will they be brought up on any conspiracy charges because they fed the big lie knowing it was a big lie? I mean, they were calling in text messages and stuff Giuliani and Sidney Powell idiots and crazies, but they knowingly pushed this, which helped incite the insurrection. Will they be brought in on any conspiracy charges?
That's why I can't. You know what you're doing is wrong. You do it anyway. You know you're inciting people. You're programming people.
For ratings, because, One America and all those other crazy right-wing TV stations had started, and they were losing viewers, so they did it for ratings.
Because, yes, the crazy boys and the other people and all them people had an internet presence, but that stuff has a root in Fox News, Fox Noise. And so I can't.
They probably also lost some mainstream Republicans that used to watch them after January 6th that were insulted over people attacking our Capitol.
And then y'all pretend it didn't happen, and then had people coming on there talking about tourists.
And now we're seeing all your dirty stuff through this Dominion court case, and I'm loving it because I'm petty. In case y'all missed that fact, petty squad.
I can't. King of Swords. King of Swords. Conspiracy.
Ooh. Do I get rid of it? I don't really get cool anymore.
Conspiracies. I don't get conspiracies, but I don't think this reading in particular is answering that question. This is telling me, though, there is a man in charge who is ever at the top, has a whole lot of weight coming down on his head. There's King of Swords, Two of Swords. There's a lot of decisions, too, especially about axing someone. So I don't know if some people are about to get laid off en masse or if someone very important is about to get laid off as well. The Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, there's going to be a lot of voices from the past coming up too. And maybe that's speaking to the conspiracy because they're going to go back in the Wayback Machine and see who was saying what and all these type of things. And you may even go back to the days of O'Reilly. Even though he wasn't on Fox News at the time, there's something about seeding violence or something of that nature. So it's one of those things to where they're trying to set a precedent that this is your type of behavior, is what I think. But this man's got a lot and he can't escape it. The Wheel of Fortune is inescapable. So this is kind of inevitable because this is the ship that you built. And so it's going in this particular direction because it's the only direction time goes. And so there you go. So this is inevitable. I mean, you build the tower, it will crumble when you build it on sand. So,
thank you, Karen, for my donation to the taller pair of petty boots. Somebody in Justice Department's coming after him. They're right at the root of this. I don't think it's Murdoch himself because I think he would have shown up as the emperor, the boss for me. I think it's going to be either Hannity or Tucker. Effort. I started out right here with 2 big yes cards, and that's why I was laughing. And it's like, you're done, you're toast now, because everybody can see everything that's been presented now and what your image is. Thank you, Mary. The truth is out, and you're trying to get away from the truth. You're trying to move away from it. You agreed to do this to help steal the election, and somebody's going away for this. Somebody's going down for this. I'm going to say Sean Hannity, even though I dislike Tucker more.
Can we do a read to see how many of them, or if we get men or women, or who's going down over this at Fox News?
Well, before we do that, can we ask, will they lose their license for communicating misinformation? Because I would take them all out. Tucker's like the MTG of newscasters. I can't stand to hear his voice. It's like, ooh, I can't even watch a short clip of him. He's just...
I can't even stand to see his face. He makes me violent, and I don't care for that.
This is what they want you to think attitude, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, put some big girl panties on. Come on.
The kind of person you just want to punch in the face. Is like,
yeah.
That's the bad feeling. So
I can at least stand to hear Sean Hannity's voice. Tucker's is like fingernails on a chalkboard, or like saying the word popsicle to me. She shivers. I can't even stand to even think the word.
Well, the boss says the Baron of Swords, so off with their head type thing. There. The Hangman, the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Swords. I think they will still exist, but they will be crippled quite heavily. The 5 of Cups is regrets in particular instance, and I think the 2 of Wands is potential and plans. So this is also something that goes forward. It doesn't have a necessarily end game, and so the regrets may last for a very long time. And so I think that they'll still exist because I still get the 6 of Swords, the trouble moving forward, progression, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's very difficult. With the Hangman being in the center, it's very, very difficult for you to continue the way you did because of regrets in the past. And so they may issue their own little sort of censorship too, because $2 billion is nothing to sniff at when one company is taking it from you. It's not like the government finds you or something.
It's funny because we're going to have to definitely look at who's going to get in trouble at Fox, because they're being put in defense mode over their truths. I think there may be 3 of them. So whether that's Hannity, Ingrams, and Frucker, their connection with the Republicans and in agreement, to help steal the election, their security is ending. So with Fox, I get, all their plans are going to be blocked in the future. So that tells me some sort of censoring of them. Will they lose their license? They're going to have a lot of advertisers that are going to lay low on them. So they're going to lose revenue. But I do get some kind of action taken against Fox News and a yes card. So whether that's losing their license or fining the crap out of them, and then add insult to injury, losing a lot of their advertising money.
They should be taken out of every press poll too, because they're not news.
Well, there's a lot of countries overseas that ban them from their cable networks. and we still play them on our military bases and stuff. Will they at least stop playing them on the military bases?
Because that's propaganda TV, and it shouldn't be injected anywhere, first of all, but definitely not in a government facility.
We had some quite a few veterans that were caught up in January 6th. So,
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Is it possible that they pay to be on military bases TV?
I don't know. I mean, the military does make deals. I mean, they make a deal with the NFL anyway, or sports teams to do the Pledge of Allegiance and all that stuff. For recruitment purposes, but I think it's possibly. I mean, mind you, the military, especially when the Obamas came in, we made heroes out of people in the military, and that's great. But you do tend to forget that the military is still full of people, and not all of them are very nice people, and so some of them want to watch Fox News.
Because I'm getting like they paid to be there, and so it's like paying people to watch. And victory on that. Very, very strong in the military, connected. They've been there a long time. They're losing their support to be on the military bases. So they may end up getting smaller, getting restricted somehow. But I get were paying to be on the bases.
I don't know what I get. I get a Page of Pentacles, though, and the Seven of Wands. So that would be your contract or deal of some sort for elevation. But it's hazy here with the Seven of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. It's more of it's a free space, so you don't have to watch Fox News. So I guess there's no obligation, but it is there. And it does have some sort of, it's a presence on purpose. Like it's not by accident. Like you just were changing channels and the batteries died. So that's a presence that's on purpose. So it's put there by somebody else, though. It's not just, some of the soldiers want to watch Fox News. This is something different.
It's indoctrinating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's ask, is anybody going down at Fox after all these tweets or texts are coming out? And if so, who?
Anybody going down?
Strength on the bottom.
I think for a couple years, you will hear about the exodus of people at Fox News, but definitely right out the gate, when they lose this case. The Moon and the Nine of Swords, both of these are cards of mental anguish. And the Moon is more illusion, so there's no real reason to fret. And the Nine of Swords is the same thing. It's anxiety, worried about the future, what's coming next. Nine of Wands in the Devil, there's a lot of pressure because of Devil, the messages, the lies, the this, the that, the Fox of it all. The Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles, there's a lot of chaotic energy coming around two men here. King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Not only that, the word of warning is one of the worst cards you want to get, and your word of warning is the Tower. Now, the Tower is not the worst card in the world if you choose to look at it that way, but this is an inevitable crash, which means this is going to hurt somebody. Not me, not I, said the cat, but somebody. And I think these two men are going to get the brunt of it, but there's a whole heap of them right after that with the World card. And I'm talking people on down to like the receptionist or the person who cleans the elevators.
I get that too, an abundance of people. Abundance with the Empress, an abundance of people walking out.
Mm-hmm. They may shut down a whole building or something, so I don't know. But yeah, I get two men that popped up, but there's a lot of people. Maybe less prominent people or less well-known people, which is why I only got the two men.
Maybe Elon Musk will rent them some space somewhere. It's like, even in the world, people are looking at their options with Fox News. So I think they're going to, lose other places in the world where they're televised. I get, America nostalgia here, and this action that's coming, that's going to be taken. I get, again, three people. I get a woman. I get that King of Pentacles also. And my yes card, like they're all, everything's changed for them and they're burdened, so they're going away. But I get an abundance of other people leave the building, leave the structure of the building, walk out.
It couldn't happen to a better company.
The Republicans are imploding their party. Fox is imploding their news channel. They're not going to go away, but they're taking some significant hits in this little civil war they started.
But I do kind of wonder sometimes too, 100 years from now, will there be a Republican Party? Like, we don't have some of the parties. I mean, they're still kind of around, but some of the parties we had in the days of Washington and the days of Hoover, like, they're no longer there. So I wonder, though, are they going to continue to dig that hole until it all collapses on top of them?
I mean, in the old days, back when Lincoln was president, the Democrats were the horrible people. So things change and evolve and everything. Speaking of horrible people, Trump's lawyer subpoenaed Michael Cohen to testify in the Stormy Daniels case. No.
Of all the people you want to talk to, sir, that ain't the one you want on the witness stand saying.
Michael Cohen's laughing his butt off. I'm trying to remember if it was the Stormy case or if it's the Trump org case.
If we talk about tic-tac-toe strategies, that still ain't the person you want.
That's the one you let go to jail is not the one you want to testify on your behalf. So Michael Cohen is laughing his butt off. He's like, I'm there, I'm coming.
You know that saying, if he ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. He doesn't know that. So
he spent 3 years in jail for your butt.
God,
and you subpoenaed him. So how's this going to go for Trump?
Oh my God.
It's like, are you that effing stupid? I mean, apparently, yes. You and your little Helena Baba and other whack job lawyers.
Okay. How's it going to go? Michael Cohen, the lost child, the man you let go down the river while you turned your back and walked away. I mean, to ask him anything is just because he would, if I was him, I'd do what Trump does and circle it around and always make it about himself. It's like, hey, Trump, how did you like today? It didn't rain at all. You know, I invented rain. Rain is my. And so you asked Michael Cohen, hey, what about the Dallas Cowboys? You know, Dallas Cowboys used to be owned by Donald Trump. Let me tell you about his business practices. So he would circle it around. If I was him,
the prosecutor should be inviting Michael Cohen, not Trump's team. And you're inviting them. It's like, oh my.
Oh, I mean, it goes hand in hand. Why should his lawyers know anything? Good God. How's this gonna go? Not well.
Talk. It's going to be so much fun. Yep. Trump loves it when people talk about him, so he should be very happy.
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be scratching their heads like, what did we do this for?
There's a judge who gives a lot of information, and the judge is, for whatever reason, it's soaking it up. I think also this judge may want additional information. I don't know why. I mean, he's not the prosecutor, but I get the Chariot, and then my Queen of Wands is my judge card. He wants more info or something that needs to be fleshed out. And so Michael Cohen may say one thing and then it leads to a bigger story or something that needs to be elaborated or clarified. The Magician and the Five of Wands.
Something's going to grow from this.
Yes. The Magician and the Five of Wands, there is combat with the manipulator. Michael Cohen is a lawyer. He does know what to say. And not to mention, he kept your butt out of the fire a long time until you turned your back on him. And so he does know what to say and how to say it. So I think, again, this is not the person you pick a fight with. Just like, you know, as they say, you don't piss off people cooking your food. This is not the person you want to make mad either. The Devil and the Star. Michael Cohen may like this.
A lot.
He may have this sort of.
Oh, he's got his pity boots on.
He may be in dominatrix mode at that point. He got his whips and chains and handcuffs and everything all back there in his black candle. He might like this, that's all I'm saying. But for Donald Trump, it's a self-made cage. You did this to yourself. Eight of Swords and the Emperor. Your power is cut off, as it should be. But this continues something different. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. Something else is happening after this.
I get that too. Like there's going to be another investigation coming out of it because, you know, something new is going to grow from all these people working together. Embittered Cohen is going to talk all about Trump and all about all the plans he got off the ground as the boss. There's going to be so much illumination that, yeah, there's going to be an investigation. In particular, I get on two parties that are extremely corrupt. They're going to wish that they're going to try to abandon this. Like, oh, no, we need to throw out his testimony. They're going to try to get it, but yeah. time's up on the manipulator here. You were very naive to bring this guy in because he is just going to have a party with you.
But Karen Louise, exactly. He gets his lawyers from TV. He sees them on OANN and Fox and all this stuff, and he thinks that they're competent people. No. They were just, by the phone when you called is all, because you saw them on TV and they look bright and shiny. So you say, hey, let me call this person instead of, maybe the person who looks boring and dull, but has got 35 years experience type of thing. Oh, well. To each his own.
Okay, so also with Trump and his court cases, Trump is trying to argue now with the judge on the E. Jean Carroll civil rape case because she's going to bring in, and she's allowed to, all these other women who have been assaulted or accused Trump of assaulting them to testify. Trump already looked at a picture in deposition of E. Jean Carroll and said, "Oh, that's Marla Maples," his second wife. It's like, he had claimed that she wasn't his type, but there he thought E. Jean Carroll was Marla Maples. Now she's going to bring in all these other victims of his. Trump's arguing it. He's trying to get the judge not to allow these other women to testify because it sets up, this is the way he operates. They're also going to be playing all those tapes of grab them by the what. Is Trump going to be able to stop? Is he going to be able to get this judge, his lawyers, be able to get this judge to stop these other women from testifying? Because this court case is starting in April. And as the judge has already told his lawyers, no further delays.
E. Jean Carroll, you're being investigated by the FBI. Letitia James, Fonnie Wilson. Life is not that hard, Trump. You didn't have to go through all that. God, dog.
Well, look at how many thousands of cases he's had in his past. I mean,
Yeah.
Trump University and all that. He's a loser. He's a con man loser.
Trump University, that was $25 million fine. That's how you started your presidency.
The odds of him winning a court case are not in his favor. If you look at his history.
God, dog.
And we know there are at least 19 women that have accused him of harassing or assaulting.
Not to mention all the allegations. There was no case out of it, I don't think, but the allegations at the Miss Teen USA things that they used to do. He used to like to walk around when they were trying to change, and this weird fetish for your young child. And I'm just saying. I ain't saying, but I'm saying.
He had a rape case in New York that disappeared on the eve of the 2016 election because he threatened the girl who was 15 at the time. She was in her, at the time he raped her. By the way, in Epstein's house in New York at a party. But he scared the crap out of her and she dropped the case at the last minute.
Will he be successful at stopping? No. No. Because some judgment stays here the way it is, with the judgment and the Four of Swords. But the Ace of Wands and the Hermit. So that new action goes into isolation. Three of Swords and the Two of Wands, there's disappointment on the way. There's a lot of emotion, hurt feeling, that type of thing, of course, because they were assaulted. So this is going to pick up a lot of national attention and national steam. Now, here's the only thing that I would caution when it comes to that is if you ever have a jury, or is this a jury type of thing situation? There's something about exposing. And so his side is going to try to use like the jury was exposed to outside information or something like that is playing into this, because there's a lot of emotion, so it gains a lot of national attention. And so then the whole, we tell our story thing is coming back up again. And so just be cautious on that part. But as far as him being able to stop this, no.
I get steady. There's gonna be a steady line of women lining up to testify, just a steady line, because they all have tangible evidence. And I get the judges not going to accept, Trump trying to stall this or temper this down. This is going to grow. So, another court case is going to come out of this. Wait for a class action one. He's going to have to sit there and take it. He's going to try to claim that it's lies, and he's going to get blocked on that. So when he tries to say they're lying, the judge is going to silence him on it. There's going to be a lot of illumination and a lot of truth telling coming out and moving forward. There will be tangible evidence and details about his family, his lifestyle, some things that were like premeditated that he did. And Trump is just out in the cold. He's there. These women are going to talk. They're going to be heard on court record. Jack Smith subpoenaed Mark Meadows finally. Mark Meadows, he never did go to the January 6th committee, and they never took him up on, like they did Bannon, for obstructing justice or not testifying to the congressional committee. But will Mark Meadows testify to Jack Smith, or is he going to have to take him all the way to the Supreme Court? He's a key player, and Jack Smith has already talked to Cassidy Hutchinson several times, so he worked for Mark.
Let's see.
Thank you, Karen, for repeating our questions.
Thank you, Joanne. Yes, with the Sun card being the first card. Knight of Pentacles. You might have to force him, though. Hangman and the Death card. You're going to have to make some changes. He's going to have to do some sacrificing. So you may have to string him up, metaphorically speaking. So, yeah, I think so.
I think so, too. He may try to block it from having to give a testimony, but it's going to give birth to a lot of the conspirators, people that had agreements together, and this is going to kind of break open the case. Meadows is going to be put in defense mode. They're going to be asking him a lot of questions about what was going on behind closed doors, and whatever these questions are, they already have the answers to. They already know. So he's going to be trapped. So go ahead and perjure yourself. We're waiting. We'll be happy, if you perjure yourself. He will give up some tangible information on manipulations and things. So I think he's going to give up some information, but
my thing at this point is, who are you protecting anymore?
Himself and Trump.
Like just look out for yourself at this point, because Donald Trump has no loyalty in him. So
Jack Smith is now looking into also Trump money laundering through political action groups, through all his little LLCs and campaign grifting crap, and then sending money on to other places, and then it all kind of disappears. And supposedly that's how he's paying some lawyers off and everything else. Jack Smith is now looking into this. Is he going to find Trump guilty of money laundering? If I get the Sun card and the Ace of Swords one more time together, I keep separating them in the decks, and they keep coming out together. What are you getting?
Well, Bosch says illumination, revelation of knowledge and light in the darkness. So yes, there. But the Four of Swords and Five of Pentacles with the Lover's card, yes. And I think that there's evidence of it, and it may lie in New York too, but there's evidence of it, you also manipulating this money with other people that are very close by with the Lover's card. And one of them may offer up a testimony or some information. And then that information leads to A, B, and C, and so forth, so forth. So to answer the question, yes, I do think he will find some evidence of money laundering, and I don't know what he does about it, but it is there.
I started out with a big yes victory card, and that winning at all costs. This card, like the people that are out in the cold, this is a church behind them. Like there's shelter in the church if they go in. There's shelter. There's sheltered money. There's these people can't go in there and take money from a collection plate. There's sheltered money that only certain people can access, and there's a moneyed man here that is involved in this. So yeah, this is going to change a lot of things. There's an abundance of people that have been in connection to all this money and everything, and I get a big old yes. Indictments and Sun card. I'm separating those again. I'm putting them separate in my deck. They're going to come out together again. I know. Cards tonight. Will there be any former official in Trump's administration, like Pence or anybody, who gets charged for not reporting crimes that Trump committed?
Aiding and abetting, some accessories.
Mm-hmm. Is an accessory to the crime. Is there anyone that will be brought up on? Not reporting a crime. Okay.
I'm going to say no, but I mean, yes, but no. There's one person here in isolation with the Hermit card. Four of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, stuff from the past or stuff that was seeded throughout his administration. The Four of Cups, they had to sit and watch because what were you going to do about it type of thing. The Temperance and the Nine of Cups, there was a lot of indulgences and you were a witness to these things and maybe even said something. So this is not someone that's low on the totem pole. So you may even said something like, hey, don't do that, or hey, watch this, or blah, blah, blah. So you knew about it and you know about it right now. But at the same time, there is this, my hands are tied, what could I possibly do type thing. They may sort of try to plead, not ignorance, but helplessness, if you will. And so I don't think they'll be charged and thrown under the bus, but there is a person here that pops up that knows some things that could get them in trouble.
I'm going to say yes, because I start with the Victory card and Ace of Swords. Like, it's somebody who held this very close to their chest. They were in on inside communications from Trump, the boss, bullying, pushing through. So I'm going to say it's it either has to do with the electoral college votes and messing with that, or it's got to do with January 6th and inciting the insurrection. There's a big old yes judgment on a man. And again, Pentacles for me are votes. So I'm going to say it has to do with those electoral votes. They had access to who all was inside working together on this. They were watching what went on. And clock's ticking on them. All right, Ace of Swords, get your butt back in the stack. Part of the night.
Can I ask? Now, everybody, clutch your pearls, okay? But let me get the whole question out first.
Two-handed clutch.
Was Donald Trump destined for greatness? And here's why I ask. Because his whole life seems to be karma's second chance, third chance, fourth chance. Like nothing ever happens. Like, yes, he gets fined, but he's got money so he can pay it. Nothing really hurts that much, as far as what we would encounter in our own personal lives. And so is there some sort of cosmic destiny that he was supposed to be in this place doing this thing because he is a person that draws a lot of attention? So was he destined for greatness and then he just effed it up? And just
back in October, November of 2018, when I first started my channel, I did an Akashic card reading on Trump, and it said he was supposed to come in and be wealthy. He was supposed to be a leader and do some wonderful things, but it's what he did with it. And it's like his whole ship is on fire underneath him. And he's up in the galley or wherever watching his ship go down. So
was he supposed to be a better person than that? I mean, I know everybody can be, but was he meant for something? Because he can, again, he draws a lot of attention. He could have done a lot of good on this planet. Was he meant for that? And then he just,
got greedy and all involved in sex, drugs, and money.
Because he didn't have to work for nothing.
He could have taken the money he inherited from his dad and lived a happy life, snorting all the Adderall he wanted. He didn't have to, try to do anything.
Be a horrible person.
Just go be a horrible person on your own. Nobody'd ever look at you.
Because I was thinking yesterday, too, about how people's lives intersect. How he wants attention because he was more than likely, ignored as a child. So he wants attention from the world. He runs for president. He wins the presidency. And then here we all are. And so, my life changed And I've been reading tarot for a long time, but I didn't do it all the time. And then once he got into office, I did it all the time. So it was like one of those, his karma in his life affects mine, and then it affects that person. But then my karma affects this other person because I'm in a position that I wasn't in 2 years ago. So I just wondered if he was meant for something that he is not fulfilling right now.
It's funny because I did an Akashic reading also on Michael Cohen, and right in the middle of the reading, it was one of those videos I recorded and uploaded when I first started. Right at the end, I was like, "Ooh, he's going to write books, like multiple books," and got this hit out of it. It's like he's going to be writing multiple books about this. But I felt like those were pretty accurate at showing them. Well, that card of the night's right on the bottom. That's a big yes. If he had been truthful, if he had found a way, because he is quite creative. If he had been truthful, and if he hadn't been lazy, if he'd done, paid attention to the details about how he structured his business and everything, the lies and the partying are what got him off course. He was supposed to stand on higher ground, but he's not there now. Nobody can look up to him now. He also he was supposed to come in and work on his sexual addictions also. He's supposed to try to disrupt his fantasies all the time a little bit.
Yep. Was he destined for something greater? Yeah. I mean, he was here to learn lessons like everybody else. I think his in particular ones needed the stage he was on, needs a bigger stage, because he has to learn a different kind of discipline, which is how his reading ended. Everybody doesn't draw that much attention because your in particular life path doesn't need it. You need whatever's around you. His needs this kind of attention because he had different lessons to learn. But his reading starts with two cards that speak of a person who is not the greatest. 7 of Swords and 5 of Swords. You have dishonor and theft. So the dishonor is not towards us. The theft is not necessarily towards us in this read. It is towards himself. I think he dishonored his own spirit. He dishonored his own connection, divine connection. And it has nothing to do with holding a Bible upside down. You can hold the blank Bible. It doesn't matter the words that are within. It matters the words that are within yourself. And so, was he destined for greatness or something better than what he achieved? Fine. Okay.
We know he doesn't have the ability to learn. He can't even learn the name of Eric's wife's. I doubt if he knows the name of any of his grandkids. He doesn't even know Laura Trump's name. How can he learn? He doesn't have it in him to learn.
This card is funny. Now, let's say this is Donald Trump and Ivanka, and then Don Jr. and Ivana, or I got the names wrong, but you know what I mean. So it's kind of funny. So here, there's the man is here, the Donald Trump. You can see his face, see Ivana, see Don Jr., but you can't see the mother back there. So that's less important, and so they're going back and forth. He had, again, I got that too with the whole sexual addictions and all of that. There's something too about stinginess too with the 4 of Pentacles. He was supposed to be wealthy because he was supposed to share. You have to learn how to share, which is possibly why he will start to lose everything in the long run. So there you go. That's what I get. Bored. It's a trip down insanity.
The Supreme Court is entertaining looking at a case to reinstate 45, which is just so bogus. But they're actually looking at possibly hearing this case. How is this going to go? He lost the election.
Reinstate means that you were in and they kicked you out, is what it sounds like to me.
Reinstate implies you're going to ignore the peaceful transfer of power and the Constitution. And if the Supreme Court even entertains looking at that, shame on them.
They should reinstate Hillary Clinton is what they should have did. So
let's reinstate Obama. Let's take it back, 6 years to when we had
I was reading some
integrity in the office.
They said, I heard there's this new candidate, what they call him, Omak Borama, and they just switched the B and the O in his name. It's like, yeah, please. I'm here for that. The person who put a pandemic control team in place, and then the other one got rid of it, and then a pandemic broke out. Sometimes you need smart people to do smart people jobs, is all I'm saying. Sometimes. Wheel of Fortune in the Tower. So, no, this doesn't go very far. 5 of Cups, King of Wands, 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Fool. No, this just, no. Give it up.
Yeah. I don't think it'll go anywhere either. It's like it would get too much attention on the Supreme Court. The change, whoever's trying to change this, there'll be more illumination on them because they're in service to the king and trying to pull something sneaky. Emotions will get way too high if they even look over this and think about it for 2 seconds. I get they'll move on from Trump here. Just for the American people that are watching, like it's done, it's complete. We have a leader. They'll abandon the idea of doing this, but whoever brought this up and is trying to stir this up, there's going to be more illumination on them. So watch for that.
So ridiculous.
I wonder now, knowing everything that's coming out about Trump and what he's lied about, what he's manipulated, and the fact that he lost in 2020. If Hillary Clinton ran against him today and we had no election meddling, would she win? We had no Russia, if we had no Fox noise lies, if we had no Comey in the emails at the 9th hour, would she beat Trump now? Knowing what everybody knows about Trump now? Or people still too hung up on Benghazi and the emails?
Yep. Lovers in the Judgment, we'd have a repeat. I mean, she beat him technically the first time. 3 million more votes than he did, but yeah, there's an agreement and a repeat. The judgment is a thing that comes back from the past. And then the Queen of Swords. Which, again, for the question that goes, is America ready for a female president? We elected one, so yes, we are.
I get hope and protecting the White House, that everybody has seen, everybody's watched what Trump has done and everything. And I get a big old yes, but Trump would try to fight it and say the votes were manipulated. But I get a yes too.
It's on my nerves.
I agree. She might, in my opinion, she won in 2016. But I think something was definitely manipulated there. Trump now refers to Ron DeSantis as Meatball Ron.
He implied he was a pedo too.
Yes,
And
he
so,
did. But Meatball, DeSantis. It's a slang on his Italian name, and the fact that his
oh
head looks like a
Lord,
meatball.
he always got to be racial. Jesus.
Yeah. So he's truthing all over the place. I just think it's so funny. Truth Social's the name of his platform. About Meatball Ron. So is he going to be able to take down Meatball Ron?
Oh, Pocahontas, meatball. Like, why is everything? Oh my god! Then he just gets away with it. Like, are none of his supporters Italian at all? Like, I mean, it's anyway.
They don't care. They think he's cute and funny when he makes up names like that.
I guess.
He wasn't too concerned about losing Native American votes when he was calling Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas.
Oh. Is he German? What is his thing? His
German.
ethnicity?
Well, he's already been compared to Hitler, so
He wishes, unfortunately.
To me, like everybody, to just start, because he can't stand to be picked on, just start attacking him with all kinds of funny names and derogatory comments about him. It would blow his little mind up. He can't.
Obama kind of roasted him a little bit, and he had to sit there and take it. Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups. Will he be able to take down DeSantis? Not really. The Fool and the Ace of Swords. There is some victory among a group of people that he is talking to. So the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups would be his supporters. His supporters are his supporters. They're not considering DeSantis in the first place. And so he does have some victory with those people. However, the bullying tactic with the Hangman, King of Swords, and the Five of Swords is going to get hung up. So there's going to be something to where it stops. I don't know why, but it's going to stop. And maybe the GOP has something to do with it, with the Four of Wands, or I don't know. But Justice is the last card. He will not be able to take down Satan. I think somebody else can, though, and it might be a woman, but we'll see.
I get he's planning on it. He's trying to, because DeSantis, Meatball Ron makes him nervous. I get he's going to illuminate people that DeSantis is working with that may make him walk away. So Trump's got some knowledge on DeSantis that he's got a lot of hopes of making people look at him differently. He knows how to burden the crap out of him and get him to retire or resign, or he's got details. He's got insurances. Rudy Tooty says about Trump. He's got insurance on him. Y'all better not be telling people like Trump your little secrets, anybody, because he's going to use it against you. Let's see. The Georgia grand jury said that there were people that were lying under oath. How many, and if we can get who, there might be perjury charges against in Georgia? Mike Flynn had to testify. Rudy Tooty. What's his name? The senator, Lindsey Graham. Who lied under oath, and will they get perjury charges?
let's see. This hermit is busy tonight.
That's my ace of swords.
Who? I didn't know. There's one woman and one man here, but the man is currently occupied. So this may be a person who is working in the government or something of that nature, some sort of position where he can hold on to it. There. But yes, there's I get a woman and a man, possibly. Woman for sure. Or if it's not, this person is the nucleus to this plan, to some sort of plan. So there's like a person who is at the core of it all, like a Rudy or Bannon or somebody who's at the core of planning something. That person for sure, because they're isolated as well. So they may be picked out to be picked on type of thing. And I think it was a perjury trap because they had the answer already. This is not something that was revealed later. But yes, there is someone who is going to be called to the carpet for this. Not exactly sure who though.
I got anxiety on the bottom here for people, but there is definitely somebody's in charge that was kind of spearheading this to go down there and attack, the votes in Georgia. That person definitely. I'm getting 4 people that are going to be brought up on some sort of indictments here. There's somebody that was planning things with Trump that then took it on out to everybody else, if that makes sense. Like, here's how we're going to do it. Like, had behind the door conversations. Here's how we're going to do it. And then they rush out there and get the word to everybody else. This is how we're going to do it. I also get there's another man that, like, in a support role for the insurrection, that there's going to be a lot of illumination on. But that's a big yes card. Like, there will be indictments for perjury.
There's possibly 2 of them. That 2 men that lovers card pops up again too.
Maybe we should look at them individually, like some of the big players, like Flynn, Giuliani, Bannon, Lindsay. Let's look at those 4. Mike Flynn, is he going to get a perjury charge?
Did Lindsay actually talk, or did he keep? I know he pushed and pushed and pushed not to.
He fought it and fought it and fought it and finally had to. And it's funny, they were chasing him around the Capitol this week. The reporters asking him, like, "Are you worried?" No, I'm not worried about perjury charges. So they were, media people were asking him, "Did you perjure yourself?" Poor little Lindsay. Can he hold up under all the pressure? Mike Flynn, Lindsey Graham, Steve Bannon, Rudy Giuliani. Ooh, the swords, anxiety on the bottom again. Well, I get a big yes on Mike Flynn. Big yes.
For Lindsay, is there a perjury coming for you? 2 of Wands, Chariot, Death, Queen of Wands. There may be a change in the tactics, so there may be a desire to do that or a want to do that. The Chariot, you have to pull it together, though. There has to be some sort of other little testimony or other little thing to pull that together. But I would say yes.
I'm getting a yes too. That he's going to get burdened. She's hesitating on him though. There's something about the details of what he gave. she's hesitating because he's a member of government still, like he's still a senator. And I say she because she's showing up here for me as Queen of Swords. But I get it. I get a yes. He may be one of the last ones they charge.
Is Bannon in jail?
Not yet.
Well, I get, okay, so I don't know about perjury charge, but I get the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, so something around work or money, justice, and the Eight of Swords. So he's going to jail for something.
That Eight of Swords is definitely a jail look.
He's going to jail for something. That's for Bannon. Flynn, I didn't do Flynn. I get a note on Flynn. However, I don't think his testifying days are over. Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Something is he's getting ready to reap a harvest. That's not a good one, though, because there's nothing but conflict and loss. The Five of Pentacles is loss, the Ten of Swords is ruin, and the Five of Wands is conflict. And so he's got nothing but that coming up, and the Seven of Pentacles, because that's what he planted. So this is not even something, Carmen, you did this. You just, something else is going to happen there.
Bannon, I get she's going to burden the crap out of too and send him away, to jail. To your point, even though he's more in a supporting role, something he said is going to cause him to go away. Let's see, I didn't do Rudy yet. Let's see, Rudy.
For Giuliani, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Just in a yes, no, that's a yes. But this is something that I'm going to say yes, but I don't think it's a perjury charge. I think they want to cut him a deal or offer him a deal of some sort. They want him to betray somebody because the Wheel of Fortune is here. It's inevitable. So either you're going to work with us or you're not. And if you're not, then I get to pursue the highest extent of the law, blah, 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 type of thing. The Four of Pentacles, they kind of have you by the short hair there. And so it's either you cooperate or I get to come after you, which is a whole nother battle, but, So I'll say yes. There's perjury there, but maybe a deal.
There's definitely perjury there with Giuliani. He's going to be put in defense mode. So he definitely, something he said in the details was like a lie and a betrayal. She's going to talk to him about going away. So I think she may make him an offer that he can't accept or has to accept. She's going to force an offer on him. He's the loser in all this. He's going to have to give up something tangible for her to let him go.
Was it worth it?
Rudy.
Donald Trump. I can't.
Yeah, let's check in general on these people. In general, all these people that are getting snatched up now, Mike Pence, Mark Meadows, Giuliani, Lindsey Graham, everybody is caught up in the web of Trump that is facing potential charges or ruining their reputation. Was it worth it? As a collective, was it worth it?
Because what did he do for you that made it okay to gamble your freedom like that? That's it.
Just so you could say racist, hateful things?
It ain't worth it.
Just so you looked powerful to a bunch of people that aren't thinking straight in the cult? Was it worth it? For those about to be put in jail, was it worth it?
This card. Oh, Lord. Anyway.
That's right, Chris. Cohen warned them when he talked to Congress. He warned them all.
Was it worth it for anybody?
Just so you had access to the White House, or why was it worth it?
My 8 of Cups fell out. That was a no, but let's see. Oh, it came out again. It makes me laugh because it looks like she's copping a squat. And so, but it's, old way of life is going away. Was it worth it? For one person, I would say no, but they feel as though in the moment, yes. And it's possibly maybe a Lindsay, because the King of Cups is what comes up for him. But it's a person who is in his inner circle, somebody like that. And they're slowly trying to move away, but they're moving away because they're kind of forced to. And they're having a lot of regrets and pending hardships and things of that nature. So they got high. They got the high, and then now they're coming down and having the crash type of thing. The star with that 8 of Cups, though, futuristically, this is not a good thing and never was to begin with. So no, it was not worth it. Because you didn't get anything. Like I have one pentacle, and it's the 8 of Pentacles. That's just work in detail. There's no money, there's no riches, there's no fame, there's no fortune, there's no 100 virgins in heaven and all that. There was none of that. You basically, all you got was a speed dial for lawyers and court cases. That's all you
1-800 lawyers on speed dial. I get, for access to the White House, to say, oh, I was a part of the White House administration. I get, because now that everything is growing, that it's kind of 50-50, those that thought it was worth it. All the sneaking around and everything. This is karma card about to bite you in the butt. For those who are in the government still, or were directly in the government, so not like your Rudy's. He wasn't a part of the administration. For those in the administration, I get a big yes. But now they're like thinking about it and reconsidering their options, because they're all about to be making license plates. Justice coming for them, indictments coming. They know it. They're trying to make their plans, and all their plans are on hold. They can't do anything because all they're doing is lawyering up. All for the little man with the big lie. Congratulations. You win the chump lotto.
Get better friends. That's my advice.
You're supposed to hold your friends close and your enemies closer. You apparently didn't hold Trump close enough. You would have got the Trump herpes. The Washington Post had an article about Kushner, Trump, the Saudis, and investigating Kushner for his $2 billion he got from MBS, the Saudi prince. Will there be an investigation into Kushner? Because
somebody's trying.
Trump got money from the Live Golf things from MBS, and Kushner got $2 billion in his pocket. Will there be an investigation of Kushner? A serious one, and what will happen? Everything they're accusing Hunter Biden of doing is what Kushner did. Selling access to Trump.
Oh yeah, someone, yes. The 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So you may have to wait until you have a different kind of house than the makeup you have right now. But the 8 of Cups and the Hermit, someone is going to a new horizon. They're finding a new way to do this. Someone's trying already, And so they are finding a new way to do this. So they're not discouraged by hitting the wall. So they're just finding a new avenue. 2 of Cups in that strategy card with the 7 of Swords, and the Empress and the Sun is the last 2 cards. So bringing something into this world, giving birth to a new idea, basically, and then the Sun confirmation. And yes, so yes, there will be an investigation. What it entails and what happens, I didn't get that part, but yes, there will be one.
I agree. There'll be an investigation that's charging in. And I get some. There's going to be talk about like Khashoggi's death, because Kushner helped hide that, and the money that he got for doing that. There's like a whole network of them that'll be brought in, looked at, and where'd your money come from? They're all sitting pretty financially now, and they're going to regret all this money they took. So they're going to look at the payouts that happen, but it's going to be a big struggle to get an indictment on them. I mean, it basically comes down to they didn't hold up the ethics rules. When you're in the White House, you're not supposed to go out and pander yourself. We may have to strengthen up some laws around that. Ted Cruz says he's going to run for Senate again. I think I told you wrong earlier that he was going to run for president. He's not going to run for president. He says he's going to run for Senate again. How will he do this time? Him and his little...
He's not running for Cancun.
He's not running for Cancun.
Running for Senate.
He's going to run for Senate again. So he's not going to try to go up against Trump. He doesn't want to be told his dad killed JFK and that his wife was ugly. And
This man is a fool. Jesus.
Was it worth it, Ted? He told you your wife is ugly and your daddy killed JFK, which the QAnoners want to bring back to be president again, or vice president.
I'm tickled now. Wait a minute.
Oh, my mouth hurts.
Oh, God. Jesus. How mean girl can you get? Your daddy's a criminal and your girlfriend is ugly. It's like... And then Ted Cruz's response was, "Hey, can I work for you?"
Yeah, let me kiss your ass. Let me help cover up for you.
Your response wasn't, "Meet me outside." Your response was, "Can I come work for you?"
Your response was, "I have no spine."
He's sitting there on the phone bank with the big Trump sign over his head. Like he just owned you, owned your wife, and owned your dead daddy.
And you're not going to say that's not true even? It's like, so apparently you agree with it.
Like, I just, bless his heart. Bless his heart.
How's he going to do running for Senate again?
What's he going to do running for Senate? Why do you want a leadership position? You're about the weakest person I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. I mean, how somebody's gonna tell you your wife is ugly and you just
and you don't stick up for her?
You don't even go back and say your wife ugly too or something?
I can't breathe.
Can't do it.
There you go, Johnny. Peggy says you need a new T-shirt. I'm tickled now. Wait a minute.
I don't know why it's so funny. I don't know why it's so funny. Wait a minute. Get myself together, Jesus. Wait a minute.
I'm crying. Oh my God.
That's so funny, but it is. I mean, he insulted Joe. He probably talked about your dog too. We just didn't hear it.
I mean, if I was the Democrat running against him, I'd be playing those clips all day long of Trump calling your wife ugly and you just standing there.
You won't represent your own state. He can't even protect his wife. I ain't gonna protect you.
Oh my God, I can't see.
You didn't say nothing. Never mind the daddy part.
Even your daughter didn't want you hugging on her, you know?
Even your daughters know you a sucker. That's how you treat my mama. Get off of me. Lord have mercy. Okay. It's 30 degrees outside. I'm sweating. I can't. Okay.
I can't collect myself.
This is sad. What's that? Let's switch to the end. Okay.
Your little dog Snowflake protected your wife more than you did, dude.
No, Lord. It starts with dishonor, too. And they're your kids. That's the Ted Cruz card of the day.
Oh my God.
I can't do it.
Nobody in Congress likes you, Ted.
Nobody. Even Lindsey Graham said if they killed you, nobody would rush to convict you. That's sad.
So why are you groveling to Trump?
Nobody likes you.
I can't breathe.
Nobody loves me but my mama, and she could be jiving too. That's
And Trump probably thought she was ugly too.
He might have said it too. That man is a fool.
Ooh, I haven't even pulled cards yet.
That's what gotta go. Okay. Okay. Get yourself together. How's it gonna go for? I almost said Mike Pence. What's the child name? Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Oh Lord. I wonder if Mike Pence would have defended Mother. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump said something slick. Okay. The Moon and the Five of Swords. There's an apparent dishonor and defeat. Someone is trying to do a dirty tricks campaign by digging up some stuff from the past. The Five of Pentacles and Ace of Cups, he lost a lot of support, possibly because of winter. And so he lost a lot of support for that. But it ends in the stars, so he does have a chance to sort of regain some ground, though. Okay.
Thank you, Corliss. Yeah, this is crazy. I get he may be retiring this time because there's like support for a female or definitely someone else who's more, the Queen of Wands. I call her the open and honest queen. She's the only queen shown straight on, as opposed to in profile or slight profile. So there's support for someone that's more honest is what I'm getting. And a big yes on that the power is going to go to the the person who's more honest. Cruz is not that person. He tries to hang on and cling to Trump and Trump's base and how that's structured. But I get he's out in the cold. He doesn't get enough votes to secure it. So I get he's going to have to pack his bags and go.
Thank you, Corliss, again. And thank you, Lucky Girl.
Thank you, Lucky Girl. So if in this running, Ted Cruz is running, is Trump going to attack somebody in his family again as he's campaigning?
It's wintertime, and so I don't turn the heat on because then the noise is in the thing. So I always got like blankets and stuff. But now I'm like sweltering. So I gotta get all of this off of me now. I got 4 blankets and this it's a bit hot. So.
That was a 5-minute laughing fit at least. I can't hold it together.
Is Trump going to go back on the attack?
Is he going to attack Ted Cruz or Ted Cruz's family?
Maybe the kid and the dog after that.
Poor little snowflake. I got the backstabbing card on the bottom.
Oh my God. What candy do I have in my bra? I got Nerds Ropes. I think they're called Nerds Ropes. I think.
I get it's his children. He goes after them. Thanks you, Jade. I get it's the kids that he changes who he like goes on the details about and moves in on, and the kids.
That's
All the females. There's a big yes card passing judgment on the females. Is Snowflake a girl or a boy?
I mean, just.
Okay, let's not read on Ted Cruz for at least another 2 months.
I don't know why I'm so tickled, but I am.
Ooh, rumors circulating Greg Abbott might run for president. Hot Wheels. So we got Meatball Ron and Hot Wheels.
Okay.
It's going to be 5 minutes before we can do a question.
Well, Bigfoot, he can come out of hide and he can go run for president.
Just in time with the Mario movie coming out.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, I need an inhaler. I can't breathe.
Cawthorn to be his running mate, and they can be the wheelie buddies.
Have a race downhill.
They have races on the Rose Garden.
Cawthorn can
That's
wear
the only wheelchair joke I'm gonna make because that ain't good karma. But
Cawthorn can wear his little corset.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, y'all still hanging with us? We're going a little overtime here.
Okay, what's the question for you?
Greg Abbott, Hot Wheels, running for president. Well, how will he do? He's considering it. Will he, and how will he do?
Oh, guides, I'm entrusting you to get the answer because I can't think right now.
He could run over a meatball in his little Hot Wheels.
I was just gonna go.
Maybe you should be using your food cart deck.
Okay.
Yep, we're asking about the White House. Who's running for the White House?
Okay. Lord Jesus, help me.
Ooh, help me get through this one.
Okay, I ain't pulling no more cards. I got 5. That should be the answer somewhere in there.
I
Okay.
can just see my cards. I'm pulling cards and I can't even see them.
I pulled these 2 and put them back in because I was going to start over, but they came back out again. Chances, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Swords, it will fizzle out very quickly because it's if he runs for president, it's a impulse for whatever reason. I don't know what he's trying to get away from, but no, I would do other things.
Thank you, lucky girl. I get it's over. It's complete and done before it even starts. He loses the race. It's like he can't even make it up to the starting line, kind of thing. It will bring out an abundance of other issues that are going to get focused on, I think, by maybe a court here or there. I get he ends up in defense mode here. The moving people around thing is gonna bring too much attention to him personally and his involvement in that. So you got a meatball and a Hot Wheels moving immigrants around.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round.
Occasionally run over somebody. Oh my
God.
Well, if we hadn't laughed for 5 minutes on Ted Cruz, I had other people we were going to look at. We'll save those for next week.
I can't do it. Greg Abbott. Don't flatten this tire.
Spineless Ted Cruz, Meatball Rod, and Hot Wheels Abbott. What a threesome.
Take his wheels off and put them on cinder blocks. That's what you can do. Just leave him there. He's no good to nobody. Not to Texas, not to anybody else.
Good luck there in Texas, guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight and for staying with us through that giggle fest.
I'm lightheaded now.
I'm lightheaded. I can't breathe. I feel like I need an oxygen tank. Oh, my goodness. But we will be on Becca's channel next week. She'll be back with us. Hey, Becca, if you're watching, missed a good laugh. Oh, my God. I gotta go, like, put a cold rag on my eyes. I feel like my eyes are about to swell up. Thank you guys for your questions, and we will see you next Sunday.